compound interest topic. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. The first step that you have to do while solving the data sufficiency question is please do not combine both the statements whenever you try to solve the question. Okay. You should never ever combine both the statements when we are having questions to solve. Always you have to go with respect to solving individual statements. You have to solve the first statement alone and answer for the question. You have to solve the second statement alone and answer for the question. Whenever you are unable to get the answer with the individual statements, then only you have to go for combining both the statements to answer for the question. Okay. So remember that point and see how am I solving this question and observe the process. It will be applicable for the same for the next questions also. Okay. What is the question here? And those students who have joined the session just now, this is the first question of today and the topic is data sufficiency. You no need to worry. You can listen continuing from this onwards. What is the rate of interest PCPA? Rate of interest is nothing but R. The question is to find out rate of interest R value. PCPA is nothing but percentage calculated per annum. That means they're asking us to calculate rate of interest percentage or rate percent. Rate of interest percent or rate percent, both are the same. Okay. So your task is to calculate R value. Now, simple interest earned in 3 years is X rupees. I'm solving with respect to first statement alone. Simple interest earned in 3 years is X rupees means simple interest equal to PTR by 100 is the formula. Okay. So according to the first statement, simple interest is X rupees, principal we don't know, and time period is 3 years. Rate of interest we have to find out divided by 100. Okay. So if you check it out this, then rate of interest is not a numerical value here. Still you can find out variables here. So you can't solve the question with respect to first statement alone. Okay. I'm repeating this once again. We know the formula of simple interest PTR by 100. If you substitute the interest and then time period, as principal value is not known to us, we can't solve the rate of interest question. It is not a numerical now. It is still a variable. So we can't answer the question with respect to first statement alone. So keep that aside. Don't combine both the statements when you are unable to answer the question with first statement alone. Let us try solving the question with second statement alone. Okay. What is the second statement information? Second statement information is like the amount increase 80% in 5 years. The amount increase 80% in 5 years means whenever they talk about percentages, always the initial value is nothing but 100%. Okay. We don't know what is the principal actually, but when they talk about percentage increment, always the initial value is nothing but 100%. That means principal, you can take it as 100%. Okay. When they said that increase is 80%, okay, the amount increase 80%. Okay. In 5 years means you can say that that extra is nothing but interest rate. Whether that is simple interest or compound interest is, it doesn't matter. Interest is nothing but 80%. Okay. So next, what is the time period? Time period is nothing but 5 years. Okay. You can take out the initial value, which is nothing but principal, and you are having the interest, whether it is compound interest or simple interest. You have the interest and you have the time period also. Okay. So either you use the formula of simple interest equal to PTR by 100, or otherwise you use the compound interest formula P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n minus 1. Anything is fine. As you know, simple interest here and principal also and time period also, you can calculate the rate of interest. As you know, compound interest here and principal and then the time period, you can calculate the rate of interest here. Okay. So don't have a doubt that ma'am, in the second statement, they have not mentioned whether it is simple interest or compound interest. Though they have not mentioned whether it is simple interest or compound interest, as all the values of interest, principal and time period are there, you can answer the question with respect to second statement information. Okay. So what is the answer for the question? Second statement is sufficient to answer. So answer for the question is nothing but statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer for the question. Okay. Whenever you can answer the question with respect to any of the statement alone, there is no need to combine both the statements to solve for the question. Okay. I'm reiterating the question information once again. The possible doubt that you will be having is how can we answer with second statement alone? Okay. I'm repeating the question once again. If you missed it anywhere, please check it out. So what is the rate of interest means? They're asking us to answer for R value. Okay. So that value we can't answer with respect to the first information. Okay. You see, with respect to first information, simple interest earned in 3 years is X rupees means as principal value is not known to us, we can't answer the question with respect to first statement information. Okay. Now, let's try solving the question with respect to second statement. If you see the second statement, when they talk about percentages, always the initial value is nothing but 100 percentage. Okay. If the initial value is nothing but 100 percentage and interest, whether they're talking about simple interest or they're talking about compound interest, you can take it as interest value. As we know, formula of both, it can be either simple interest or compound interest. Initial value is 100%, you can take it as 100 rupees, and interest is 80%, you can take it as 80 rupees. As time period is known to you, either it is compound interest or simple interest, you can find out the rate of interest value. Okay. So with the second statement information, you can solve for the question. So what is the answer for the question? Answer for the question is statement 2 alone is sufficient in answering the problem question. Okay. When any one of the statement is sufficient in answering the question, there is no need to combine both the statements to answer for the question. Okay. Answer for the question is statement 2 alone is sufficient in answering the problem question. Are you clear with it or any more doubts here? Can you please respond so that we can go ahead with the next question? Any doubts here, guys? Clear with it, right? Done. Let's go for the next question to solve on. Try to observe 4 to 5 questions. How am I solving the question? Then you will understand the solving process, guys. So let's not take more time. What is the speed of current? This question is from boats and streams concept. What is the speed of current? Means current is nothing but water, right? So they're talking about speed of water. What is the speed of water formula? Half of speed of downstream minus speed of upstream. Okay. I guess you can recall the topic, right? Speed of downstream minus speed of upstream. Okay. So let me solve with respect to statement 1. If you see the statement 1 information, what is given over here? A man can swim a distance of 9 kilometers in 1.5 hours downstream. Okay. We know that basically speed is equal to distance by time. This is distance and this is time. With the first statement information, you can find out speed of downstream. Okay. But to answer for speed of water, you should be having speed of upstream also, right? So speed of upstream information is not there in the first statement. So you can't answer the question with respect to first statement information. Okay. Is that clear, guys? So keep that aside. Don't combine. Keep that aside. Try solving the question with respect to second statement. Okay. While coming back upstream, it takes him 3 hours to cover the same distance. So second statement alone, if you see, that is a part of the question, but that is not the complete information. While coming back upstream, it covers the same distance means what is that same distance when you're solving with second statement alone? We don't know. So we can't answer the question with second statement alone. Okay. So try combining both the statements as we are unable to solve with respect to first statement and second statement alone. Okay. If you try to combine both the statements, first statement will help you to understand what is speed of downstream as they mentioned downstream and given with the distance and time. And if you have taken the second statement, while coming back upstream, it takes 3 hours to cover the same distance means the same 9 kilometers of distance in 3 hours. We can answer what is speed of upstream. So combining both the statements, we can find out downstream speed and we can find out upstream speed. So combining both the statements, we can answer the question. Okay. So that means what is the answer option, guys? Both the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Both the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Is that clear? Any doubt? First statement alone, we can't answer. Only downstream speed is there. Second statement alone, it's a part of the statement. It's not full information. So can't answer. As we are unable to answer the question individually with the given statements, we are combining both the statements to answer the question. Combining both the statements, we can answer with the downstream speed and upstream speed. So downstream minus upstream by 2 is speed of water. Option E, both the statements together are sufficient in answering the question. Okay, let's go for the next one. Students, please don't hesitate to ask the doubts. If you have any doubt, you can put your doubt here either in Q&A column or otherwise chat box. Any which ways is fine. Okay. 1 second. What is this super fast response? Okay, you do one thing. Meanwhile, you solve this question. I'll write the answer options here. You try solving the question, guys. Meanwhile, you try solving the question. Answer options will be not in the same order. I'm just writing the short note of answer options here. Done. So let's start solving the question. What is your answer option? Now you can change the answer option. Maybe according to previous one, you have answered. Okay. Most of you have given the correct answer, guys. So let us solve the question. What is the leap year? Basically, leap year is nothing but the year which is divisible by 4. You can say that whether it's a leap year or not, if the year is divisible by 4 or not. Okay. So you take the first statement, the year is not divisible by 7. Okay. Let me tell you one simple point, guys. Divisibility rule of 7 is having nothing to do with the leap year concept, right? What is leap year concept following? Leap year concept is following divisibility rule of 4. If they are telling something regarding divisibility rule of 7, divisibility rule of 7 is not having anything to do with leap year concept. So you can't answer the question with respect to first statement alone. So let's not do PhD by taking common values of 7 and 4 and then values which are divisible by 7, which are divisible by 4 like that. Okay. Simply you remember like that. You can think rationally. If you want to say that a year is a leap year, that should be divisible by 4. When some other information is given, it's not sufficient to answer because divisibility rule of 4 only will help you to answer whether it's a leap year or not. Applying the same, try to solve the second statement alone. Here there is a possible doubt that you can be getting, guys. I will tell you one thing. Let's take year 1996. Okay. If you take year 1996, it is divisible by 2 and it is divisible by 4. Okay. Let's take one more year, 1998. If you have taken the year 1998, it is divisible by 2, but it is not divisible by 4 now. So what can you understand from second statement? If you feel that you can answer the question with respect to second statement alone, whatever the numbers that are divisible by 2, they can be divisible by 4, they cannot be divisible by 4. Okay. All the numbers which are divisible by 2, we can't say that they are divisible by 4. Got the point, right? So if the year is divisible by 2, it can be divisible by 4 or it cannot be divisible by 4. So we can't say that the year is a leap year or not with the divisibility rule of 2. So we can't answer the question with respect to second statement alone. Now try combining both the statements to answer for the question. If you combine both the statements to answer for the question, you can understand one thing here. As the divisibility rule of 2 and 7 are not having anything to do with the leap year concept, you can't answer the question with respect to combining both the statements. Okay. Got the point, right? What's the answer for the question? Combining both the statements, you can't answer the question. As per here, both combined can't answer is the answer option. Okay. Understood the question? Understood why it is not divisible by 2? Why it is not option 2? Got it right? Shall I go for the next one? Please don't think much, guys. I'll tell you one simple point to master data sufficiency concept. Whatever they're asking in the question, if they talk about that in the answer options, then we can answer the question. Otherwise, we can't answer the question. See, basically, if you're thinking like in the reverse engineering concept, then you can answer all the questions of DS. It's like you imagine that this conversation is happening between you and your friend. Your friend is asking you to answer a leap year, and you are giving some other information other than the required information. Okay, that means it will not help you to answer the question, right? You think in that manner of a reverse engineering concept. If you are thinking to prove that it's sufficient, just check whether it's sufficient or not. My task is not to prove that it's sufficient, guys. My task is to check whether it is sufficient or not. In that, you can understand the concept knowledge. So if you solve more questions on this, you will get command on this topic. Don't worry. Let's go for the next one. Answer for the question is both combined. We can't answer. Here is the next one. Try solving the question. Apply the same thing. What question is asking? Question is asking about seventh person. Okay. The statements are speaking about seventh person or not. If the statements are speaking about seventh person, then okay, we can answer the question. If the statements are not speaking about seventh person, then we can't answer the question. Got that simple point, right? Indirectly, I told you what is the answer for the question. Let's not take more time. You think that you are answering this question in exam. Okay. Question is talking about seventh person. Like statements are not at all talking about seventh person. Then how can we answer the question? You think in that manner. Okay. Don't try to solve the given one. Think like whether it's sufficient or not. Fine, fine. So how much cake did the seventh man ate means seventh person, how much he ate, that is a thing we have to answer for the question. Okay. The first 5 men ate 1 by 7, 1 by 11, 1 by 8, 3 by 17 and 1 by 13th of the cake. Okay. That means statement 1 is not at all talking about the seventh person. Simply I can't answer the question with respect to statement A. So let's go with the statement B to answer for the question. Okay. So statement B means together 8 men ate whole the cake, like 8 men ate a whole cake. That means it's a part of the information, guys, but that will not help me to answer for how much the seventh man ate. So this is also not helping me to answer the question. Okay. Now combine both the statements and try to answer the question. If you combine both the statements to answer for the question, first person ate 1 by 7, second person ate 1 by 11, and third person ate 1 by 8, and fourth person ate 3 by 17, and fifth person ate 1 by 13. Okay. So these are the part of cake eaten by first, second, third, fourth, and fifth person. We understood that 8 men ate the whole cake means sixth person is there, seventh person is there, eighth person is there, and work is done means according to time and work concept equal to 1. Okay. So can I say that how much cake that the seventh man ate? No. Still, it's like a variable only. It's not completely numerical. We don't know anything about sixth person, seventh person, and eighth person. Though we combine both the statements, we can't answer the question. So what is the answer option, guys? Answer option is nothing but both combined. We can't answer the question. Answer option is nothing like both combined. We can't answer the question. Got the point right? Simply, you can understand one thing here. As the question is talking about seventh person, as statements are not talking about seventh person, you can say like you can't answer the question. Okay. Though you combine both the statements, you can't answer the question. Got it right? Answer for the question is option 4. Both combined, we can't answer the question. Let's go for the next one. Try solving this question. Give an attempt, guys. Try solving this question. Those who said with second statement you can answer the question, you have a chance to change the answer option. Please read the first statement information clearly. If 15% equal to something, can you find out 100% is how much? Yes or no? Okay, let me help you to solve the question. What is the amount of gold exported from Dubai? Okay, what is the amount of gold exported from Dubai means first statement, Dubai's exports to India is 1 million tons and this is 15% of total gold exports of it. What is this it here? This it is nothing but Dubai, right? They are talking about Dubai only, right? Yes or no? They're talking about Dubai only. Okay. So Dubai is exporting how much to India? Dubai is exporting 1 million tons to India. Okay. And this is 15% of the total gold exports of it. Okay. 15% of the total gold exports of it means simply the question is like this. If 15% is equal to 1 million tons, right? So if 15% is equal to 1 million tons, this 15% is for Dubai. Okay. So this 15% is the total gold exports of Dubai from Dubai to India. Okay. So if 15% equal to 1 million tons, can we find out what is 100 percentage? Yes, we can find out what is 100 percentage, but don't find out the answer, guys. Just understand, can we solve the question or not? Yes, we can solve the question. That means we can answer the question with respect to first statement alone. I'm reiterating the explanation once again. Please check it out. Dubai is exporting 1 million tons to India. That is 15%. 15% of what? 15% of total gold exports of it. Okay. What is that it here in the statement? We are talking about Dubai exports, right? So that is 15% of Dubai exports. If 15% of Dubai exports is nothing but 1 million tons, then how about finding 100 percentage? 15% is 1 million, 100% is how much? Definitely it should be some value, and we can find out the answer for the question if we think in that way. Okay. So it's not like we have to find out the answer. Can we answer the question or not? Yes, we can answer the question. That means you keep it aside. We can say that we can answer the question with respect to first statement information. Okay. Now try solving with the second statement information. Okay. Dubai total exports tonnage of gold is 25% of total 1 billion tons. Okay. So Dubai's total exports of tonnage is 25% of total 1 billion tons means it is nothing but 25% of, okay. How much is the total? Total 1 billion tons. Okay. So this is 1 billion tons. Okay. I don't know what is the value of 25% of 1 billion tons, but it will be some value. So I can answer the question with the second statement alone, as it is having some numerical value in the calculation. That means first statement alone, you can answer how much is the total gold exports from Dubai. And second statement alone also you can answer the question with the total statements of like total gold exports of Dubai. That means you can answer the question with respect to first statement alone and second statement alone. Answer option is nothing but option 5. Either of the statement is sufficient. What is the meaning of either of the statements is sufficient, guys? You can answer with the first statement alone and you can answer with the second statement alone. So that is the reason we can say that either of the statement is sufficient to answer the question. So question by question, the terminology we have to understand clearly to answer the question, guys. Solving process is the same. 15% of Dubai's exports is 1 million tons, then 100% is how much? We can do that. Next, if you can find out 25% of 1 billion tons, then you can answer the question. Okay. So that's the point. Are you clear with the question? If yes, please raise the hands so that we can go for the next one. It's a DS, guys. That's the reason I'm asking your acknowledgement for every question. It shouldn't be like I'm going for next question and you are still thinking about previous questions. Why the answer is like that.